Hi, my name is Joshua. You also know me as Joshua L. And y'all might be wondering, Josh, where have you been throughout YouTube? Where have you been throughout your whole life? Why did you stop making content? What's been going on? Well, I'm here to explain where I've been. So, have a seat and listen to what I gotta say. Um, so, cancer. It's one of the most rarest diseases in the world. The only things I can think of about what cancer can do, probably the only thing that you guys can think of as well, is it gets rid of your hair, depending on what happens, and death. Um, Death is the number one thing that everyone hates about cancer. It fucking kills a bunch of people. It sucks. Um, from about 2 years ago, technically at 2020, when Corona and all that is happening, we had a little bit of an announcement about what's been happening. Um, it has to do with something with my grandma. So usually, she would live by herself with two friends of hers. She would technically live in a house with her and her two friends, I guess. But she started to be more active around us. She started to be very active around us, and we were curious. Well, technically, me and my siblings were curious. Why is she more active? Before we used to go to her less. That's when that's when our dad broke us the news that she had cancer. And it was very nerve-wracking for me and my family to do what we usually do because we had to take care of our grandma now. She had to move in with us actually. But her old stuff from her house that she's been in for a while, she had to leave that at her old house. She had to leave it there. With her two friends. Um so we had like a little bed for her to chill there, and the main people that had to watch her actually, sorry, my mistake. The main people that had to watch her was me, my sister Leah, and my brother Gotti. Um, by the way, this was like hella long ago. This was like this was before the flooding incidents that we had. Yes, we had a flood in our house because of a toilet pipe. Um, she had to be with us. She had to move in with us. We were cool with it. We were happy that she was still there, but we still had to help her out while we were all busy. And with the flood, we had to move out of the house, sort of. We had to leave everything there. We actually had to leave everything there, and we had to move to into a different house until it's fixed. Um, and we had to move to a small little hotel. We had to move in a hotel for a while. We had to stay there for like 2 weeks. We were staying there for 2 weeks. And then after, we found another house. It was a very hot house. It was a pretty big house, but it was extremely hot inside there. And we had to stay there for about another 2 weeks. Um, and then we had to move out because, well, we kept complaining on how hot it is and how weirdly smell it is because there was weird smells happening. But from my video from 2 or 1 year ago, I don't remember, but I don't care about that right now. The new Lazada family house. That was our third house that we had to move into, and that was gonna be our house until the flood situation was fixed. Until it was all fixed. We stayed there for like about a month or two, and we were able to go back home. And we had to help our grandma, and after about like a few days later, after we were back home, she started to lose her hair, and I thought that was a bad sign, as in she's gonna probably die soon. But after that, I think 1 or 2 months later, after, or like 5, I don't know, I don't remember. We got the greatest news that we could ever had. She passed cancer. Our grandma passed cancer. We were so happy that she was able to survive, and I'm glad that we were able to help her out on her little battle between cancer. And well, she decided to stay. She didn't go back to her house. She just decided to stay. And after all the rooms were sorted out, after all the moving, after all the fixing, the checking out, her bed, actually, I wanted to sleep by myself. I wanted to have a room by myself, but I couldn't. So this corner right here, this green screen right here, we had to move her bed over here, and I had to watch her and help her out at all costs. And at first I didn't want to do it, but yet she's still recovering, so I had to do it. I know it sounded like a dick, but when it kept on going on, I was starting to get used to it. I was actually pretty happy on how I was taking care of her. She was doing very fine. And then after that, we had to actually move stuff. We had to throw away stuff and move boxes from her house and move stuff from over here so that she could live here. And me and my brother had to help out, and it sucked because it was a very sunny, hot day. It was like somewhere mid inside of summer. Yeah. This summer. But yeah. After like about a few more weeks later, I guess 3 or 2, I don't know. She wanted to do it by herself. Me and Gotti thought we were done. Gotti's my brother. Anyway, we thought we were done, but my grandma was like, "No, we have a little bit more to go." And she said, "You could stay here if you want, and I could go do it." And we were like, "Okay." And well, she did it by herself, but she also did get some help. I'm gonna tell you that she did get some help. And when she came back for like a day or two, and from the house, and then went back, and a day or two, and then went back. That's when she finally took a break. At first I thought she was just done. I thought she was just tired and all that from moving all the boxes and more. But that's when she had to break the news to me. She said these 2 words: right here. Well, not 2 words. She said this directly to me specifically. She told me this. Nanay, may have cancer. Stage 2. Cancer. And I'm like, what? You have stage 2 cancer? She's like, si, papa, si. I'm talking like this because this is how she usually talks, but I got the news about her having stage 2 cancer again. So, yeah. So I got the news about her being having stage 2 cancer, and well, we all had to take care of her again. And then about 2 times, she had to go to the hospital to get some treatment because her bones were starting to get weak, and the infection of the cancer was going somewhere through her arms. It was just spreading nonstop. It was just spreading. So she got that treatment, and her new bed was over there where the old computer was. Y'all remember my streams a lot. There was like a huge junk at the background of like where I stream before I had to cover it with this screen. But that right there was where her bed was supposed to be. So with that said, that means that I have a room by myself, but it means that I can't see my grandma whenever I wake up. And all of her stuff, her bed over here, and her shelf of pills over here, we had to move it over there, just for her. And I was like, okay, seems pretty nice. I'm able to have my room by myself, and I'm able to help out lady. Yes, we call her that. I'm able to help her out. Things are doing good. But, within a week when she came back, it was a Monday. It was a school night. It was a school night, and I started to hear her calling my name, and she sounded very weak. She was like, Nanay, Nanay, and I thought she actually needed me to help her with something. But my parents told me that it was something with like pills to help her out. It's like side effects for like pills that she needed in order to feel better. And I checked on her. I gave her water, and I went off. And then I was trying to do a stream on Instagram, just chat with my friends and all that. That's when I heard my dad break down. And I walked up to him, and I'm like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Are you okay? And he was like, son, we may have a week or less of spending time with lady. And when I heard that news, that shattered my heart. It means I have less time of spending time with my grandma. So I wanted to try my best to spend as much time as I want. And then, well, I went back to my room to do what I wanted to do. And then later on, I started hearing talking about my mom and dad. And, well, I heard my dad starting to cry. You know that feeling when you hear one of your loved ones crying, especially your father, and when you hear your father crying and just breaking down, it just hits you very different, deep inside you. It makes you feel very, very bad for him, because he was the person that made us. He's always there to spend time with you, try to help you out. But so I heard him crying. I went up to him and I was like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" And he was like, "She won't make it past the night." What? She won't make it past tonight or tomorrow night. With that information, I was shocked, heartbroken. And he said, "You could go in your room if you want and just chill out for a second. We'll call you up in a bit." And I'm like, "Okay." And I wanted to break down in tears, but I just held it in. I saved it for later. And then later on, I heard my sister crying. And I go over, and she was crying. She was breaking down in tears. See, me and my sister, we don't get along a lot. We are basically assholes to each other. We don't like each other as much. But when I saw her break down in tears, I felt like so bad for her. I don't like when I see any of my family members break down in tears or in pain at all. And, well, she was crying, breaking down, and I look to my left of the corner, and I see my grandma just laying there, and she was foaming. She was foaming a little bit, and she had her eyes closed, and she was trying to breathe, it looked like. And we all had our last goodbye for her. We all prayed for her. We all went inside of a circle. We all cried, and, well, we all prayed for her. And when it was my dad who was last and finished praying and said amen, her heart stopped. That was it for my grandma. Monday at 10:35 is the day and time of when my grandma sadly passed away. And, well, it was very heartbreaking for me. It sucked. The main people that were crying the most was me, my sister, and my dad. My sister's because she loves our grandma. She's an amazing grandma to all of us. My dad, because, well, that's her mom. That's his mom. He loved her to death. And me, Because, well, she was the best person in the whole world that ever helped me out whenever I'm breaking down in tears, whenever I'm in pain, whenever I need to talk with someone. She is a amazing person in my book. She was the bestest grandma that I could ever ask or even talk about. And the fact that she passed away due to stage 2 cancer, it's very heartbreaking because, well, thought she was gonna make it. Like she did the first time. I thought she was gonna kick cancer's ass again. But it turns out, no. She didn't. I held her hand one more time. I kissed her forehead one more time. I said I love you, lady, one more time. And I saw her one more time. So yeah. That's where I've been for the last fucking 2 years, 3 years, I don't know. That's where I've been off of YouTube. Busy with the house, our grandma, our own lives, and she's now laid into rest, and she's finally no longer in pain, but it sucks that we can't spend more time with her. But the times that we had with her before, those were golden memories. Those were golden times that we had with our grandma before she passed away. And well, the one thing that I have of her that I kept because I wanted to is, well, this photo of when I turned 12 or 13. The camera won't focus, but this is the image. There's me, there's my grandma. A day after her death, I made a song for her just to honor her on how much she was a great grandma. And everyone loved it, especially my dad. He was breaking into tears the first time he heard it, and he hugged me and he said thank you. I don't know if I'm gonna come back to YouTube or not. If not, you could probably catch up with me with my other socials. But YouTube's probably gonna have a break. So I'm gonna say this now, just to gain help with my viewers. If you have a cent, a dollar, or more that you can do, you could donate it down in the description to a GoFundMe, so that we could send her to where she lived, where she belonged, which is with her other family at Honduras. We need a bunch of help with it, and well, yeah. So if you want to help out, a dollar or more can really help me and my family out. Doesn't really matter how much you have. If you at least donate, we'll be thankful. This is Joshua L., also known as Joshua, signing out.